Hey everyone, and welcome back to BeamNG.drive. We are done with the missions videos. There was like a year's worth of videos, but either way, other than missions that have been added in updates since then, since I started, I've done all the missions that are available in free roam. Just going to each map, doing the missions, blah blah blah. I skipped the class missions and a couple others just because I figured they'd be boring to watch, but either way, as I said, it is now time to do the time trials. So, my plan with this is to go through each map and do 3 laps or 3 runs if it's a sprint of each time trial and go with my best time. And I'm just going to go through like I did with the missions, but I'm now actually trying to get the best time that I can within the 3 laps. Wrong button. I'm sticking to 3 laps or 3 runs so that it doesn't take too long and get too boring and whatnot. This is also going to be a good time to show off some of my configurations. And I need to adjust the gearing on this car. I need to lower the gearing on the back a little bit because the rear tires are a bit bigger. Either way, I'm not sure if the time trial starts at the finish line or not. And there goes my controller. So I'm gonna go to map, go down to AI race. Technically that's not a time trial, that's... yeah, see? Here's the time trials. So, time trial. Hilltop test course. Looks like I will need a rally car. So let's switch to my rally variant really quick. I also went through and changed all the pictures for my configuration pack. They look much, much better than they used to. So the next update of that will have the new pictures. Should I do the AI races? Because you do get time for that. I feel like I should. But yeah, as you can tell, they've added some new stuff. Let me know in the comments if you think I should do the AI races as well. I will. But for now, I'm going to stick to just the time trials. Use own or provided. I'm going to use my vehicles. I don't know if it will keep track of the time, but whatever. Yeah, let's go. Alright. Hilltop test course. Take on this technical hilltop test track. Typical time trial stuff. So let's just get into it. I've played around a little bit on this course, but I don't really know it very well. Hence why I'm doing 3 laps or runs of each one, because then I have a chance to kind of learn the circuit a bit as well. And this is pretty tight. I should have used my Covet. This car's a little overpowered for this. Uh-oh. I didn't realize there was a hole there. See, little things like that. Hopefully my last lap will be the best one. Oh, I need to turn for that corner way sooner, way harder. Oh, 1, 2 wheels. And there's a wall. Hopefully that didn't just take out my alignment. And it did. Okay, time to restart. I also feel like a different car would be better, but whatever. Come on, controller. Stop doing that. Let's hope I don't hit a wall this time. If I hit the handbrake on that corner but keep on the Okay. I was gonna say, if I keep on the handbrake around that corner, or keep on the throttle when I hit the handbrake, it'll do a rear dig and bring the front end around for me. And then I can probably also leave it in second the whole time. It's just kind of hard because immediately after going around that left, I have to quickly do a hairpin to the right. There's a really bad bump on the inside of that corner. I won't go too tight on this one. These corners are so tight, I should have used my Covette. A little too wide. I'm gonna try and not cut this corner so tight this time. There we go. Alright, one more lap. I have a rally Covette that's mostly stock, and I feel like it would have been much better for this since I don't need a ton of top speed or anything. It would be a lot smaller and lighter, more nimble than this thing is, just a little bit. I've tried playing with the tuning on this car, but it's pretty much the best I can get it, so there we go. So, that is a 140. On to the next one. And there goes my controller again. So yeah, like I said, if anyone wants me... Ooh, next rally stage, this will be fun. If anyone wants me to do the AI races as well, I will, to see what kind of time I get on them, but I'm not too worried about them at the moment. I'm also not worried about stars at the moment, so... Alright. This one was pretty fun last time I did it. Oops, I forgot to read the thing. Last time I did this race, it also took me a couple tries, if I remember correctly, but that was almost a year ago at this point, or over a year ago at this point, because of stuff that happened last year, but either way, I do somehow remember doing this. I also need to adjust my monitor a little bit, but I can do that in between runs. Hairpin. I really like driving this car, it's so much fun. Uh-oh. I went a little wide on that corner. I'm gonna go this way. That's the wrong way. Okay. Let's restart that one. Okay. Mixed rally stage. This rally stage will test the most dedicated of drivers, taking advantage of the great features on this map. This route is fast, tight, and full of danger. There we go, I read it that time. And hopefully I don't take a wrong turn. They should have it go along the entire runway. Uh-oh. Because there are bumps and stuff along the runway that I think would be very good to judge someone's ability to read the road and adjust their speed accordingly. This thing is understeering so bad this time. I get talking and thinking about what I'm doing, and then I start messing up. I need to just kind of go on autopilot and let my brain and muscle memory do what it needs to do. That's another thing. If you're ever trying to get good at something, no matter what it is, even cooking really, to a degree, but driving, sports, something physical, if you're at a bit of an impasse at getting better, or you just can't manage to do something you've been trying to do, try to get it into muscle memory. And then your body can focus on the movements, and your brain, or your subconscious, can focus on the movements, and your conscious can like focus on where you need to go, or your aim, or whatever. So like driving, for example, get shifting and turning the wheel and whatnot, the pedals, into muscle memory, so that when something comes up, your body can automatically do what it needs to, and you can use your conscious to focus on like where you're going. So like corner, my body automatically knows to, or hairpin I should say, my body automatically knows to go a little wide, hit the handbrake and clutch, and swing the back around, and then counter steer. I don't think about doing that. Like, none of that stuff in the parking lot there I was actually thinking of doing. It was just kind of muscle memory. But then here, I'm focusing a bit more on where to go, and still not focusing on the controls. Once you have the controls, or the movements of what you're doing, into muscle memory, you can focus on other stuff that could be getting in the way. So whether you're turning in too late, too soon, so on. Might not help everybody, but that's what I do. I took that corner so badly. And as you get used to a racetrack, or whatever you're doing, corners and stuff will also become, like, into muscle memory. You'll subconsciously look for landmarks and stuff. And when you hit a landmark, you'll know automatically to start turning, or whatever. Like, think of your first day going to school or going to work. At a new school, a new job, whatever. You gotta think of how you get there. You gotta think of where to turn, blah blah blah. Your last day of work, or, I don't know, halfway through, whatever, once you're used to doing it, you know where to go. You don't think about it anymore. You can just daydream and enjoy the drive, or whatever. I don't want to get too much air across there. I have done that, and it did not turn out good. Shifted a little soon there. I always take that corner too quick. Hopefully that didn't mess up my car too bad. Nope. Should be okay. Alignment, Alignment is out a little bit, but that probably just, yeah. And there goes the front right end. Alright, I will try one more time, and then move on to the next one. I also kind of want to switch cars, but I'll try one more with this car. Oops. And there goes my controller. Okay, one moment. The USB plug on my controller is a bit finicky, so it's being a pain in the butt. I am going to switch cars. They use an asphalt rally car for this one, but I'm going to use my stock. Ooh, I could use my sleeper. I'm going to use my stock-ish rally car for this one. This car is mostly stock, but with like weight reduction, different exhaust and suspension and that kind of stuff. Alright. I wish I still had all my times from before when I first went through all of this. So, as I said, this car is way more stock than the other one. My full-on rally car has the 1.6 in it, all race parts, blah blah blah. This is the 2-liter with basically no upgrades and rally suspension. so it's got much different power. It has quite a bit different handling, but it should handle this pretty well. I believe it also has a taller or a higher top speed because it has the Sport 6-speed in it rather than the Racing sequential. If I got into Rally, this is more the style thing I'd be driving probably. It's a fun car. You don't need full-on race car to have fun. Sometimes taking just a basic or mostly basic car and pushing it to its limit can be more fun and more rewarding than a race car, like a purebred race car. Anybody can drive a fast car, but only some can drive a car fast. And I love that statement. I don't remember who said it, but I love that quote. And it's true. Anybody can jump in a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, a Koenigsegg, whatever, and drive. Anyone could put the pedal to the floor and go fast. Anyone can turn the wheel and go around a corner. But knowing when to put the pedal down, knowing when to turn into the corner, and so on, that is what makes a driver fast. Not necessarily the fast car. That's what I like about the IROC style races, International Race of Champions. They were all given the same Camaro, the IROC Z. The cars were exactly the same. The only difference was the drivers. And that is, I feel, a true race competition. It should be about the driver. Like, sure, keep the types of racing that, like top speed and whatnot, time attack, that push the cars themselves. Because without having a difference in the cars, I shouldn't have slid that corner again. But without having a difference in the cars themselves wouldn't evolve. They wouldn't get any better. But I think sport and championships and stuff should be more about the drivers. And even rally, the cars do vary a lot. Like sure they have restrictor plates and stuff for the intake and so on, rules that they have to follow, but there's still quite a difference. Like, this car may be bigger, but because it's wider, in a way it'll be more stable than, say, a Corvette. And the Corvette is more stable than a Piccolina, most likely. Just using examples from the game. If you look at like hypercars and stuff, they are wide and low so that they can have stability, whereas a truck is fairly narrow and tall, and it's much, much less stable. So even in little things like that can affect the race so much. I think there should be more races where everyone is given the same car to start with. A few rules for upgrades, so like a horsepower limit, that kind of thing, tire size. And then see what they do with the car and how they handle it. I think that would be really cool. Like, seeing some people put more into aero than suspension, or more into suspension than aero. Someone does something with the engine that follows the rules, but still manages to get more power out of it. That would be really cool. Like, in Rally at one point, Ford had a system where the wastegate, or the blow-off valve, one of the two, I'm going a little slow here. Either way, the wastegate or the blow-off valve, would dump into a spare tank in back and pressurize the tank. And then it could use that extra power when the turbo wasn't building boost to still have boost in the engine, a form of anti-lag. Stuff like that. Alright, so that was, wow, a lot worse than my previous run. Alright. That was my first successful run. So I'm going to do one more. And I'm going to see that first run, or that other run from 3 months ago was with this. I don't really want to use that car, but I don't have one that can really handle this the same. I don't think. Ooh, actually, I do. This car. No, this one. This one will do it. This one should do it pretty well. I'm gonna do one more run. And then I should have time for one more race after. What was that? Mixed rally stage. Excuse me. This car has rally suspension, but it's a street car on sport tires, so hopefully it does well. It should go faster. We'll see. I think that white FCV just didn't have the power to really accelerate out of corners, and I did keep messing up, so. I also really like how this car handles, and most of this is asphalt, so sport tires will help, or they should, instead of being on rally tires. I should have used the sleeper. For the sleeper, I took my... Oops, this is only rear-wheel drive, not all-wheel drive. Gotta keep that in mind. For the sleeper version of the FCV, I took my race version, or race configuration, and made it look like a street car. So I took the wide body kit off, changed the wheels, and so on. And it is an absolute monster. Oops. Alright, that didn't mess up anything too bad, I don't think. This car should be faster than the other one, but I don't know by how much, because it's only rear-wheel drive, so the acceleration might not be as good. No lift shifting. Definitely took that corner better. Sideways, because this car loves going sideways. This is also the car that I rebuilt for career mode, because it works for pretty much every discipline. It's grippy when I need it to be, it's pretty fast, and it handles really good, and then it drifts really well also. It's very predictable. You can tell what it's doing at all times. Just need to focus a bit more, I think. There we go. I feel like this is going better than before. Back onto a little bit of dirt. Just let it slide. Go. Come on, there we go. Oh, it has nitrous too, I forgot. I should be using that. I'm trying to not slide too much because that will bring my time down. There we go. Proper around that corner this time. You're sliding because you're just going so fast. It's not going to drop your time too much. It might even give you a bit of a better time, but blatantly drifting and sliding around constantly, it's definitely going to slow you down. Like, I did not really want to slide there. Could probably work on the gearing on this a little bit too, but oh well. This corner's a little tight. Slightly on the brake on the last second, so I don't get too much air. And then try to not slide too much around this corner. Ooh, understeer. This car does have a little bit of understeer that I need to work out a little bit still, but it's not too bad. It's definitely doing better than the white car. Come on. There we go. Sometimes it just doesn't quite make the power where I need it to as well. There we go. Now it's just around the back end of the track, and we will be done. Start to slow down because this corner always messes me up, or I always mess up on this corner, I should say. There we go. Nitrous! Awesome. Done. Much better, but still not as good as with the normal FCV that it gives you to use. Let's see what the next one is. If it's not too long, I'll do it. Handling course. Ooh. 3 laps of this. I don't think I will have enough time. So I'm going to end the video here and then go record rear mode. So, as usual, if you have any tips, tricks, questions, anything you want me to check out, feel free to leave it in the comments below. And as always, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.